Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. Question for you. Hey, where do babies come from? Now, hopefully, if you're over 12 years old, you don't think that babies come from the stork, right? Or that you go to the baby store and buy them. I think just about everybody on this call is over 12 years old, and hopefully you know where babies come by now, right? Yeah, babies come from mom and daddy getting jiggy with it, and then 9 months later the baby shows up, right? Not the next weekend. There's an incubation period, right? 9 months. Then the baby shows up. What happens if mom and daddy never got jiggy with it? If mom and daddy never completed the action, there won't ever be the baby, right? And then keep in mind, the baby takes a while. In our real estate business, a lot like that, right? You take an action, and somewhere down the timeline, not this week, probably not this month, somewhere down the timeline, a closing happens. That's where closings come from. Pretty much the same place where babies come from, with a little tweak there, a little adjustment, right? You get jiggy with it today, you complete an action, transactions happen well down the road. Look, folks, come on. We're not selling Girl Scout cookies around here. You're probably not going to do anything today to generate a closing in January. And the odds are you're probably not going to do anything today to generate a closing in February. That would be unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. The fact is that if you aren't working in September, October, November, and December, if you weren't paying attention to business, the odds are you don't have any closings in January, and you probably don't have any closings in February, and you're starting to feel a lot of anxiety about this. Pressure, because you probably have bills to pay or goals to meet, and you feel like you're already falling behind on your goals for 2024. And it's because you didn't get jiggy with it previously. So what can you do about this? Well, there's only one thing you can do about it. You can get jiggy with it today. You can complete business building actions today that what? Well, they'll generate closings for you probably this spring and this summer. And if that's not quickly enough for you, then you probably chose the wrong industry to be in. But at some point, we're all going to have to get started, aren't we? I know we all got into real estate because we imagined ourselves driving a big black 500 SL Mercedes around showing luxury homes to very pleasant and cooperative home buyers. Isn't that what you imagined? Right. And today we get a little bewildered and confused because we're not doing that. And I say, well, you left out one thing. Where is the home buyer, that luxury home buyer riding around with you in your very nice sedan? Where is that home buyer coming from? How do they know about you? And how did they go about selecting you to help them buy that multi-million-dollar home? Oh, I left that part out. I just skipped right to working with these very pleasant, very wealthy, very motivated people. Right. Can't leave that part out. You got to get jiggy with it. You've got to create the actions that make that customer aware that you exist on this planet and that they probably should be working with you to buy your next home. What actions are those? I don't know. It depends on you and where you want your business to come from. And that's why we have a personal coaching system here, because everybody on this call is different. And what you can and what you will do is different. And what your path to success looks like in this business probably is much different than everybody else's. It's a very individualized approach because you're not all the same people, right? Some of you are good at some things and bad at others, and that's all different. Some of you are just willing to do some things, others aren't willing to do. Some of you have opportunities in your lives that other people don't have. Some of you have personal skill sets that other people don't have. And each of us has to build our own plan so that we can, watch, I'm going to say it, but it's not the end of the call, so we can go out there and make it happen. Okay? Folks, you all know where babies come from. Where's your next transaction going to come from? At what point is it today that you're going to get jiggy with it, complete the action so that you get the result? Is that going to be today? Are you going to go out there and make it happen for yourself today?